Well, today is MOT day for the BMW 116d. The MOT is the yearly, or at least in the Netherlands, is the yearly check on the condition of used of your car. I think it's the first time you have to go to the MOT in the Netherlands. It's after 2 years when it's a new car, and then you have to go yearly. But I'd have to check up on that. It's called the APK in the Netherlands, the Algemene Periodieke Keuring, and it's the TÜV in Germany. And I don't have the acronym for TÜV actually present. Difference is in Germany that the 3 series I have, they only check it every 2 years instead of yearly, but the TÜV in Germany is much stricter, so that's why they have a different period of time for checking the car. So I've done now with this car 133,533 kilometers. Not that much since the last service 3 months ago due to the corona crisis. I've been not driving that much. And well, I'm curious if they give me a loaner and what the loaner will be. Maybe I'll get the 2 series again, or maybe I can try some of the new generation BMWs like the 1 series or the 3 series. But I'll have to see. And of course I'll keep you informed. Okay, this wasn't completely the loaner car I expected. I was just thinking about a 1 series or a 3 series, but I got a Mini Cooper, a petrol one, although it has a lot of advertising for the Mini Electric. Just like here it says Mini Electrifying. No idea why they put it in a petrol car, and I don't know if this is also just a regular option or it's just something the dealer specifically made. I drove a Mini back in 2005. It was a Cooper S. So I'm not completely new to this car. You'll see a link to the walk around and the other videos I made on this car somewhere in the screen, so you can view them. But it's quite fun for just a short period of time to try this car, to try something new. I really have to search for all the functionalities and where they are. But it's quite well spec'd for a simple Mini, a car in this class. We have the cruise control here. I think the screen here is also optional, as it's on regular BMWs an option. You'll have the sat-nav here. No idea if it's the big or the small sat-nav, or that you even have this difference in the Mini. You'll have the dual zone climate control. You'll have the automatic gearbox. I completely do not remember if you had this iDrive button back in 2015, or if this is just like for the new Mini. On the other hand, what do we have here? We'll have the Harman Kardon sound system. We'll have a manually dimming auto rear view mirror. What do we have here is wireless charging. It has a Bluetooth connection. So for a car in its class, it's quite well spec'd, but I'm afraid what it will cost. I'll just put in or just view what the list price of this car in the Netherlands is, but I guess it will be somewhere around 40,000 euros, which is quite expensive for such a small car. You'll have also the black anthracite handliner here, but I'm going to make a walk around video, just a simple one, not 5 chapters, but I think 2 or 3 chapters on this vehicle, so you can also view what in detail what options it has. Oh yeah, it also has the sport seats with, I think this is a leather cloth combination. I like leather cloth combinations, as you don't sweat as much in the cloth, but still you have the nice upscale leather accenting. We used to have it on our BMW 520d Touring 2012 model also. Video to the walk around of that car will also be provided here. You'll see the link somewhere in this video. So, well, let's head off to filming this car. It's already the next day. I was supposed to pick up my 116d late in the afternoon yesterday. It was already finished by then, but unfortunately I had to go to the office unexpectedly, and I couldn't make it in time to pick up the 1 series. But the dealership allowed me to keep the Mini for the night. So in total I've done about 350 kilometers now in this this car, using about half a tank. I'm just scrolling through the computer, onboard computer. It says that I've used 5.7 liters of fuel, so let's add it up, top it up to 6 liters for real, for the real consumption. Well, for my driving, it's quite okay. I didn't drive that fast, only just around 100 kilometers an hour. Just did a few, or just a short trip within the city. Obviously, I could see the consumption rising while driving in the city, going to about 6.5 liters on 100 kilometers. But all in all, I think it's, for this size of car, it's quite an acceptable figure consumption-wise. Well, the rest of the car, my opinion, it's a fun car to drive, but that's probably what most people who drive minis or with test-driven minis will tell you. It's really a fun car to drive, and with these options, it's quite fully spec'd. I'm also quite happy. It's a Mini Cooper 1. It has the 1.5 liter 3-cylinder petrol engine. I've known this engine from like the 218i I had as a loaner, also from the 118i. And what I noticed about this engine is how extremely quiet it is in here for such a small car. I would almost say it's quieter than in the 1 Series F20. So this car is just all about making some marketing for the driving the Mini electric, and sometimes if you're just rolling along, it feels like you're driving electric because you don't hear any engine at all. Well, as I said, it's quite fully spec'd. It's 36,000 euros new in the Netherlands, which is actually 1,000 euros more than my 1 Series, which is quite a hefty price, to be honest, for such a small car. If I look at the practicality, it's really just for people who have to or who have to need the mobility, basically a seat, 4 wheels and a steering wheel. Because it's a 3-door car, and what annoys me, I'm often putting my laptop and my jacket in the back, and it's annoying to having to remove the seat or put the seat forward and to grab your things from the back then. Maybe it's just because I'm getting a bit older that the things, the movements of my body are getting harder. Anyhow, yeah, it's a fun car to drive, but it's not spacious. I just really see the difference. My 1 Series is quite a tad bigger, also from the boot. So yeah, would I recommend it? It just totally depends on your situation. What are your financial possibilities, but also what are you looking for? As I said, practicality is quite low on this car, but on the scale of fun, it's quite high. One thing I'd like to add is that if you're driving long distances on a regular basis, the fun part might be overwhelming you a bit, so it turns into exhausting. I've had a Mini Cooper S for 1 week in 2015, and that's where I really noticed, oh, there we have the police. And when I was driving the Mini Cooper S, I already noticed it isn't for daily driving if you're having to do some longer distances from like 70, 80 kilometers or more each day. Then it's just getting a bit exhausting, tiring to drive this vehicle. But as a second or a car for just small trips, for the wife, doing some small grocery shopping, otherwise you'd have to turn over the back seat, it would be fine. But on the other hand, who is able to pay 30 to 40,000 euros just for a second car? Yeah, so these are my thoughts on the Mini. Well, for the 350 kilometers I drove, although it's a bit contrary to what I just said, it was a fun 350 kilometers. And one thing, this car is just stickered in Mini electric stickers all the way. I don't know why they put it in a petrol Mini, this marketing or these stickers. And quite a few people approached me, oh, is it electric Mini? No, it isn't. It has a 3-cylinder petrol engine. Yeah. Anyhow, okay, it was a fun experience, but I'm going to get my 1 Series, and I'm quite curious if there were any issues they found during the MOT. So I've got my 1 Series again. It went through the MOT without any problems, and it got also an update of the sat-nav system. What I noticed after the update of the sat-nav system, it seemed like all the positions with the favorite buttons here, which I had pointed, they were all gone. But fortunately, the last destinations in the sat-nav systems were still there, so it was quite easy for me to enter the new or enter the addresses under the same numbers again. But on the other hand, there were no other information was deleted in the sat-nav system, so I don't know what happened there, but I solved it quite easily. The dealer cleaned the car again, and not just put it through the car wash, but also in the interior did quite a good job to get me a quite nice clean car again. And although I just tried to keep up myself, I'm always impressed by the job the dealer does by vacuuming the whole inside of the car and also the hard to reach spots. So kudos there. Nothing much more to say about this episode, so that concludes our vlog. Thank you for watching.